2, 1. Was it too early to start Justin Fields? Are the Las Vegas Raiders the real deal? And what kind of reception is the GOAT going to receive this week when he returns to Gillette Stadium? Well, we're going to try to find out the answers to those questions as many others as we begin our week 4. Week 4 is coming up here already. Already we've gone through 3 weeks and now we're in week 4. It is our week 4 edition of Fantasy Football Fever, which starts right now. Hey, what's good, y'all? It's time once again for Fantasy Football Fever. It is September 28th, 2001. My name is Tim McClellan, and I've got my good friends with me. I got Miss Irene Amer, we got Andrew St. Clair, and we have Mr. David Heller coming in to join us for this week. How's everybody doing?
Good. 2001.
Amazing.
Could be 2021.
2021. I've dated myself 20 years. I guess. Well, I guess it's because it was because it was around 20 years ago that Drew Bledsoe was taken out of a game due to an injury, and of course that's when Bill Belichick put in the backup quarterback, and the rest is history.
You put in Mac
Can it-
Jones, I think, right?
No,
Nope.
that was
He
20
put
20
in-
years ago. Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady, Jr.
Right. No, but I mean the new one is Mac Jones, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
And as I said, the rest is history. Well, anyway, why don't we go ahead and get this started here? Hope everybody's having a good time. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube and Twitch. Of course, we're going to be making our picks for the Week 4 action in the NFL. And of course, as we do that, we challenge you to make your own picks. Put your picks in the comments section below and see how you fare against each one of us. Last week I didn't do too good. I went 9-7, which is actually the same way that I finished the week before. Hopefully, this will be a better week for me. And as far as our fantasy league is concerned, let me look that up. First, we're going to take a look at our standings after 3 weeks. And right now in the spaghetti division, we have John Natale. We have John Natale, Mark Leota, and Nick Dennison. They're all tied for first place with a 2-1 record, while Ricky Carroll and myself are bringing up the rear with a record of 1-2 for each of us. Over in the meatballs division, we have John Flynn with his coup and the gang, the only undefeated team in our league right now at 3-0. Then we got Andrew at 2-1. Irene and Adam Oliver are at 1-2. And our good friend Alex Putnam, he's bringing up the rear sadly at 0-3. So as far as our action from last week, let me call up the scoreboard here and go back to week 3 here. Last week, Natalie beat me pretty good last week, 205.7 to 151.5. Flynn took care of Ricky, 143.0 to 131.9 for Ricky Carroll. It was Andrew who ended up defeating Irene, 183.9 to 155.9. Now, I'm not laughing at you, Irene. I'm laughing with you. So,
Yeah.
then we had Mark Leota taking down Nick Dennison with a score of 131.4 to 121.8. And Adam Oliver defeated Alex Putnam by a score of 176.4 to 116.6, which I believe was probably the highest margin of victory for our league. So as we go forward, go into week 4, take a look at this week's matchups for us. I will be taking on Nick, and right now my projected total is 155.3. Nick's projected total is 151.0. Then we have Andrew here. He'll be going up against our commissioner, John Natali, and right now Natali has a 164.8 to 154.5 advantage. Then we got Mark and Mark and Ricky have a matchup, and this is the closest projected total as of this taping. Mark is projected at 139.4. Ricky is at 139.0. Then we got John Flynn. John Flynn going up against Adam Oliver. Adam has the advantage 146.6 to 144.5. And Irene will take on Alex. Right now, Irene has the advantage 146.3 to 132.8. But of course, as I always say, there is plenty of time between now and Thursday night. So make the necessary changes if you need to. Check your injury reports. Check who's hot and who's not. So I guess with that being said, we'll go into my favorite part of the show, where we get to pick the NFL games for week number 4. Irene, if you want to go ahead and put up the week 4 schedule, we'll let our viewers take a look at that. Oh, she's on SI.com. I'm on ESPN.com. That's where I get mine. Just to let you know.
Before that, I have some quick announcements. So, I just want to get into this. So, okay. So, I'm a very big, long time Tom Brady fan. Okay. I've met him and Gronk in person. I have a lot of respect for them. But based on the news that's coming in from SI and NFL and different news outlets, there might be some boos at Gillette Stadium when he walks in and he's facing the game that I've got my eye on is the Buccaneers versus the Patriots. It's a very heated, tense game. You can see I'm wearing a Patriots jersey. Even though that Gronk and Brady left the Patriots, I still have respect towards the Patriots a little bit. But I'm like, this year I'm looking at both teams. I mean, they play very, very good. But unfortunately, without Cam Newton on the Patriots, it was I find like the Patriots, they've been losing lately this season, and I'm a little disappointed at them. But hopefully they'll pick up the speed. Eric Lima is a friend of mine. He's a very big fan of Patriots and New England teams, and even him, both of us were very disappointed at how it's been looking at the season. I expected more from Patriots, and I'm a little bit disappointed. But hey, maybe it'll pick up. I know this is unrelated, but here's the standings for NFL fantasy for gaming show production. I just wanted to show for that one, John Natali is in the lead. Tim is number 9. David, are you Barker Beauties? Which one are you?
Do what? Oh, do
yeah.
what?
Which one on the NFL fantasy? Which team are you?
I am. I have a separate team. From Cube Expert 42, the Communication Center Fantasy team.
Right.
So I'm on that particular team.
Oh,
I
sorry,
haven't
my
looked
bad.
at mine lately,
That's
so
okay.
I'll have to take a look at it.
That's okay. So here's the so we got the Jaguars versus the
And
Bengals for September 30th at 8:20 p.m. Eastern
we
Standard.
and look who we got in here. We got our good friend Adam Goodwin. Adam, you okay, bro?
I am good. I just got home from the Big E,
Awesome.
and
The Big E on. I'm going to Big E this Saturday.
you never guess who's there.
Boston Bruins
Okay.
player.
Sean Thornton was there, and T.O.
So Terrell Owens was there. And who else did you say?
Sean Thornton.
Sean who? I can't quite understand you.
Thornton.
Sean Forden
Hey,
from Boston Bruins was there.
Oh, from the Boston Bruins. Oh, okay.
Adam, look what I'm wearing. Patriots.
You need to have a chat later.
Yeah. All right. Well, what a great segue into our week 4 picks and predictions, because we are starting with another Thursday night game. This is pretty much going to be a disappointment. Nothing to write home about. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And of course, it will be in Cincinnati. And the Bengals are actually picked by 7.5 now. Our good friend John Flynn is not able to make it tonight, but he did lead the lines for every one of our games this week. So Irene, with the Bengals picked at 7.5, how do you see this playing?
I would take the Jaguars in this one.
Okay, Andrew, what say you, my good friend?
All right. This one, Cincinnati's going to do it. I think they're gonna win this game here. I think they're gonna beat Jaguars here, 24-14.
Ooh.
All right, David, what do you say?
There I am. Oh, this, as typical, Thursday night, very typical. I'm expecting a blowout here. The Jaguars are hot garbage. They look terrible. The whole 9 yards. We know what's going on there with Jacksonville. It's been well documented. I'm going to say Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati offense will come to their home stadium, Paul Brown Stadium, Cincinnati, and will blow out the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm going to say the final score on that one, I'm going to say 26 to only 3 points for Jacksonville.
Wow, 26-3. That is a blowout there. Adam, what do you say?
All right, folks. We were talking about the battle of the Pussycats. We got the Jaguars and the Bengals. And we all know how horrible week 3 with the Bengals, the Jacksonville did, right? And the Bengals actually lost the game, which I'm really surprised. I'm gonna say Cincinnati by a score of 26-21.
Huh. Very interesting.
Before we get to the
Oh my gosh,
score,
I thought. Oh
just
my gosh,
curious.
I thought he wasn't able to make it, but we got our good friend John Flynn in here. It looks like he's outdoors. He's on location.
Yeah, I just came out of work and I'm about to
Let's
get on the
go to work,
subway.
man.
What happened?
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. We just started our picks for the week. We just started here with the Thursday night matchup between the Jaguars and the Bengals. Bengals are picked by 7.5.
Yeah, so but and there are a lot of people that are unhappy that Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh. But guess what? The Bengals were the better team. They had the better quarterback and they were the better defense on Sunday. Now, 7.5, I think, for a Thursday night game is a bit of a reach, but we saw last week that Carolina can cover an 8-point spread. I think the Bengals can do the same thing against the Jaguars team that's only rebuilding, and I'll take the Bengals to win by a score of 30-20.
30-20. Okay. Well, I actually don't see much out of this game so far. I'm going to say it's a low scoring game. I'm going to go Cincinnati 20, Jacksonville 10.
Before we get to the
So
next
that's the
quick question, Tim. Before we get to the next picks,
yeah.
what place am I, Irene, in the fantasy football?
For the what?
Currently for the fantasy football, what place am I in?
I'm gonna check right now.
I guess we're talking about the other league that's on NFL.com. Let me see if I can look it up. Sorry, folks, we're just looking up a little information here.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. So Tim, so how was that Cowboy game last night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't even told you about that. Yeah, I just got back home about 1 o'clock Central Time, so it's been 2 o'clock on the East Coast. It was great. It was great. AT&T Stadium is just an awesome place. I had a great seat. It's just so great to see those Cowboys beat those chickens. It was just an amazing experience, and I'd like to go see another Cowboys game again very soon.
I got Tim a shirt
So,
too with AT&T Stadium on it.
Oh, snap.
yes, you did, and I thank you for that, my friend.
You're amazing.
Oh,
What place am I in?
Oh,
I think they
what's
wanted
that,
to
Adam?
see your shirt. I think.
I said, what place am I in?
It looks like you're in number 4 right now. John Natale's at number 2. Andrew's at number 3. Number 5 is Ben Cohen. No, sorry. Number 5 is I believe that could be Nick or no. That must be, who am I thinking of? I don't know who that person is. This one. Let me look. Let me check.
Well, anyway, while
That's
Irene is
number
looking,
2.
I will show everybody the shirt that Irene actually bought for me.
I bought him that.
Said I toured it, stadium.
Oh.
On back, here's the stadium that's home of the Dallas Cowboys.
And Tim, and speaking of T-shirts, did you see the picture the Cowboys posted on on the social media yesterday? That the Eagles had a shirt that said "Beat Dallas," and then the Cowboys edited it and said "Beat by Dallas."
I tried to get one of those for him. They were sold out. I
I
called the
have
shop. They were
I
totally sold out.
no, I actually have not seen that shirt, Flynn. But would love to. I would love to see that shirt.
All right,
But
let's get to our picks.
anyway,
Back to our picks.
what's that?
I said, let's get back to our picks.
Okay, well, uh, okay, we're going now to these matchups, the 1 Eastern matchups, and we're going to begin with the Washington football team going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. And let me see that picture again. Actually, Washington is at 1, so this is almost pick 'em. So Irene, who you got?
I'll
This
take
one.
anybody but the Falcons. I'll take Washington football. Washington, no names, please.
Clear up the closing doors, please.
Okay, Andrew. Oh, Andrew, you're muted, bro.
Sorry about that. As I was saying here, I think this
That's all
is going
right.
to be so close here. I think that the toss up here. I see give me Atlanta by 3, 24-21.
Uh-huh. So, David, how you call the game between the no names and the Falcons?
The no names in the Falcons. What a weird combination. But anyway,
I think he's going to go for Washington.
Anyway, so looking at both teams here, the Washington defense and the Atlanta defense have given up an equal amount of points. Looking at the numbers here, Washington has given up an average of 30 points, close to 31 points, which is about the same amount as the Falcons. So I'm expecting a shootout between Washington and Atlanta. I'm gonna say in the end, though, I'm gonna say Atlanta takes it over Washington, and it'll probably take overtime to get it done, but it'll be Atlanta in the end by a field goal, 34-31.
Wow, kind of a high-scoring game there. Adam, what do you got on this one?
Well, Washington Football Club, which we all know they still don't have a name yet. And Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan go with Atlanta by the score of 24-31. Atlanta.
So you take Atlanta 31-24. So, Flynn, what's your expertise on this one?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a game that nobody wants to see. Both Washington's defense is atrocious, which I didn't expect. Atlanta's atrocious. They got their 1 win because the Giants are the least disciplined, most fundamentally sound team in the NFL. That's how they got. That's why those 2 teams are 1 and 2 instead of 0 and 3. This is a game I do not want to watch on television at all. Give me the better coach, better quarterback. Falcons win 34-31.
So,
I'm going to change
guess-
my answer. I'm gonna have to go with the Falcons. Then I'll change mine to Falcons. It's like what John Flynn said. Nobody really wants to watch this game. It's the truth.
Well, if this game was available in my area, I would not watch it either. But actually, I'm going to congratulate the Falcons for their victory over the Giants last week. But I hope they enjoyed for a little while because I'm actually going to take Washington in this one. I'm going to take it a very close score, 21-17. Now we have a kind of a mismatch game right now. We got the Houston Texans going into Buffalo to take on the Bills. And oh my goodness, the Bills are picked by 16 and a half. Maureen, what do you think of that one?
Bills, please. Buffalo Bills, please.
She's taking the Bills, Andrew.
Yeah, this one, I personally don't think that I don't think the Bills fit the spread here. Texans are not that good right now. Give me, give, I make, I'm not gonna, yeah, I don't think there's give me the Bills by, 20-10.
All righty. David?
Well, looking through just a little bit of what the Texans brings to the table without even being able to scroll all the way down to fully see what the Texans have. Honestly, I really cannot trust the Texans to be, especially on their defensive end, to really be able to cover Josh Allen. Josh Allen is really hot right now. He's completed 32 of 43 passes. Stephon Diggs, he's looking great. He leads the NFL, as we can see on there. He leads the NFL catches with 146 and receiving yards 1,726. So I think the combination of Allen and Diggs against a porous Texans defense will carry today. And I'm going to say Buffalo covers the full 16.5 points.
All right. So he's picking the Buffalo to win and cover. Adam?
Oh man, this is a battle between the bull crafts teams of the both divisions, hitting Buffalo or Houston. I'm going to say Houston by a score of 26-23.
Really?
Wow.
Because let me tell you one reason only. I don't like Buffalo. I know they're in the Eastern Division, New England and Miami and New York Jets. Houston.
All right, Flynn. You got it.
Yeah, 16.5 points is a lot of points here, but Houston's game plan and the design was just atrocious throughout the entire course of the season. But I think the performance last Thursday night said more about Carolina's defense being good and Houston's offense being bad. I think Buffalo's going to score a lot of points on this game, but I think the Texans are going to score enough points. I'll take the points here at the Texans. Give me the Bills to win 37-24.
All right. Well, I think this is pretty much a total mismatch here. This guy Josh Allen is I guess you could say you could probably compare Josh Allen to like maybe Justin Herbert, maybe a little bit. I mean, these guys are They're young, but they're very good. I think that Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and that Buffalo defense is just going to run roughshod over the Texans. I got the Buffalo Bills winning in a very convincing fashion by the score of 37-14, and therefore I make the Buffalo Bills my lock of the week.
Wow. Yeah, there's definitely some compelling reasons there, Tim, and brought up many of the points that I talked about earlier. I mean, you have the combination of not only a solid Buffalo Bills defense that is largely intact from last year, but you also have the same combination of Allen and Diggs from last year that works then and it still works now. So that and the fact that, like I said, you just cannot really trust the Texas defense to stop Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and that Buffalo offense. So it's easy to see why Tim and I both think that Buffalo will just care today.
All right. Next game we're going to is an NFC North Division battle between the Detroit Lions, that are 0-3, and the Chicago Bears, 1-2. Soldier Field, of course, is the site of this game, and it looks like where is it? The Bears are picked by 3. Bears are picked by 3. Irene, what do you say about that one?
I'm going to have to go with the Chicago Bears on this one.
All right. Andrew.
I'm going to go with the Bears. They're cover this much pretty easily. The only thing about it is former Broncos Keith Talib is going to be announced there on Fox. So good for him. 2014 Lock of the Week.
All right, 28-14 Chicago. Hey, okay, Flynn just said I'll be underground. No guarantee I'll be on for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah,
you may lose your reception.
Tim, I can give my pick quickly. Sorry, the Bears are complete. The Bears are a complete dumpster fire. Spoiler alert, I'm going to go big. I'm going to hammer the Bears on my Hooked on Sports podcast tomorrow. Lions win 23-16. That's my lock of the week.
Wow, Flynn is locking up the Lions on this one. So, since Flynn is outdoors, he's underground, so we may lose him for a little bit. Hopefully not too long. So at least we got his pick in. Now we can get David's pick.
Yeah, this is, honestly, looking at the matchup between Detroit and Chicago, that is not one of those games that I would watch. Honest to goodness, that's not one of those games I would watch. The Bears are atrocious, and so are the Lions. If it's something that is on TV, that is one of those games where I just look at it and go over to Channel 9 and watch the NFL on CBS. It is not a good matchup, but having said that,
a toss-up.
Yeah, having said that, it's a 3.5. I'm going to say the Lions cover it, but the Bears win.
Oh, all right. Adam.
He hit the nail on the head. Exactly. I couldn't explain it any better. David just hit it on the head. There you go.
I have to agree with David too, because this is a game I'm not going to watch. And to me, it sounds boring. Because I can't wait. I thought that would be a Thanksgiving game. But I'm going to say the Bears by a score of 28-21.
Uh-huh.
And you're surprised I did not say overtime.
Well, yeah, the Bears, as Flynn said, are a dumpster fire, and they got a quarterback situation that's more messy than.
Yeah, that is an excellent point there, Tim. I mean,
Yeah.
the Bears, as Flynn said, it is just a complete dumpster fire. The Lions are just not any better. I mean, for goodness sakes, they're 0-3.
It can't be worse than the New York Jets are with their 0-3 also.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for certain. But I really don't think the Lions are as big of a dumpster fire as what the Jets are. But having said that, the Lions are just garbage. The Bears are garbage too. They got all the problems with the quarterbacks. Like I said, that matchup, not worth watching.
Right. And I'm actually going to say that the Bears are going to pull this out. It's going to be a close game, though. And it's not going to be that high of a score, I think. I believe the Bears will win this one by a score of 17-13. So
This one in front of us is a very obvious one.
yes, that's the next game we're talking about. Hey, what's up?
It's pretty obvious for Tim.
Yeah. Talk about this one here. We got the Carolina Panthers, who are a very surprising 3-0 going up against the Dallas Cowboys, who defeated those filthy Philadelphia Chickens last night. And of course, I know about it.
Cowboys?
And of course, I know about it because I was there.
Yep. That I will say, Tim, that is the best part. You were there.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and recheck on this one. Cowboys.
Absolutely, the Cowboys will win 1,000%, and you guys should bet on this game, okay? This is obvious. The Panthers don't even have Cam Newton right now. They're going to be horrible.
Okay.
This is
Andrew,
in the bag
for
for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you right now, it's in the bag. They're going to win. I can already tell you.
All right, Andrew.
For this one, I think what happened to them last night. I think they're going to keep it up here. I think they're going to destroy the Panthers here by at least 14 points. I'm going to embarrass the Panthers here. 28-7, Cowboys.
Wow, 28-7. Wow, that's a good one. Hey, David, what do you say about this one?
Quick question: What is the point spread on the Cowboys Panthers?
Cowboys minus 5.
Cowboys by 5. Well, this one is probably going to be one of the better 1 o'clock kickoff matchups you'll find all season long. You have the Cowboys, who have a quarterback that is playing some of the best ball that he's played, I think, ever throughout his NFL career in Dak Prescott. I'm going to say right now, at this point, with the way Dak is playing, I'm going to lock him in as my comeback player of the year for the season with Dak Prescott. Obviously, the Cowboys defense looked great against Philly. I know, Tim, you were there. You witnessed it. You saw it. I witnessed it on TV as well with Irene. The Cowboys defense were just flying all over the place. and was getting Jalen Hurts, which honestly, as a Steelers fan, I was also a bit disappointed in Jalen Hurts. Jalen just did not have a good game at all. Philly looked absolutely atrocious in an NFC East that once again is hot garbage. So, and we have the Cowboys taking on a team that I'll just go ahead and throw this out there. This Carolina Panthers team has surprised us. And I'm sorry to say, honey, Irene, but I disagree with the analysis about the Panthers. Matt Rule is coaching a very solid team, and Sam Darnold has looked his best. This is probably the best version of Sam Darnold that I've ever seen of him throughout his NFL career. He has never looked this good before. He never looked that great when he was with the Jets. So this is why I say this is the best that I've seen Sam Darnold look.
They probably are. Like, this is my opinion. They see, my mindset is like, who's gonna make the Super Bowl, right? So it's like, every team is professional. There's, in my honest opinion, I can't say one team is garbage, one team is this, one team is that. It's about how fierce and competitive they are to get to the Super Bowl. Once they're at the Super Bowl, that's the point of all of this. Is there's going to be a Super Bowl winner, and I just don't think Panthers is going to be one of them. I highly doubt that they're going to make the Super Bowl this year. They got to get their game up. It's either going to be the Buccaneers, the Chiefs, the Ravens, one of those. You know what I mean? It's going to come down to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'll just be honest here. The Carolina Panthers has surprised us in general. Let's just be honest here. Dak has surprised us. Honestly, like I said, he's come back of the year. I'm going to lock him in for that. Panthers has surprised us too. I'm going to make this game my lock of the week, and I'm going to say Panthers I'm going to say Panthers covers the 5.5, but the Cowboys wins. And the Panthers-Cowboys game is my lock of the week. For all those reasons I just said.
Interesting. All right, Adam, who you got on this one?
All right. I'm going to say Carolina by a score of 28-21, and this is going to be an overtime score.
So Adam says that the Panthers will take it 28-21 overtime. Well, I will say that in the past, the Carolina Panthers have been the one team that has always stymied the Cowboys here and there. I mean, just when you think that the Cowboys have a chance to beat them, they come up with something and they kind of beat the Cowboys.
They don't have Cam Newton. Like, you don't understand. Like, Cam Newton was a very, very good player, and they don't have him. So I don't know.
Yeah, but think about it. They have that running back.
Yeah,
he's really good too.
Yeah,
probably. But that's because they had the running back and Cam Newton. That's how I'm thinking.
Yeah, the young man known as Run CMC.
I liked it. I liked them. Like, I was more favoritism towards the Panthers when they had Cam Newton, but now they don't even have him. So it's like, you know what I mean? You only got one good running back and a few good players and a coach. You know what I mean? Where's the power? The Dak attack is going to come out. You wait and see. That Dak attack is going to get them.
Okay, I believe that's probably going to be the arm of Dak Prescott that's going to make the difference, because you got that one running back CMC against the two running backs of Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. which I'd say they've done pretty good so far. But I am going to give it to. I gotta go with my Cowboys, and I'm going to pick them to beat those Panthers by a score of 31-20.
Yes.
So,
Hey,
another big
hey,
victory for the Cowboys.
hey, Tim, I got a question to ask you before we go to this next pick.
Yes.
How was? Did you see any? I saw you. Let me start again. I saw you on TV.
Oh, you did
Me
see me
too.
on
I saw him too.
I didn't.
I saw Tim. I was like, "There's Tim."
I'm going to have to check some of the highlights or something. I guess it's probably after they kicked an extra point or they made a field goal or something because I was like
It
sitting
was
right behind the goalpost.
it
We
was
both
during
saw it.
the extra point.
It was an extra point. Okay, well, I'm going to have to ask some of my friends if they happen to record the game and if they did happen to see me.
I
'Cause
did record it. I have it. I'll double check it.
okay, check on it later. Get back with me, and I just want to show it off to my friends, saying, "There I was. I told you I was there."
And you know, surprisingly, guess where I'm going on Sunday?
You're going to Dallas?
No, I wish. No, but I will be at Foxborough.
Oh, you're going to the
Oh,
Buccaneers game? Wow.
Uh huh. I won
and of
tickets
course.
from. I won tickets at the Big E for it.
Well, how about that? Congratulations.
And I'll tell you where I'm sitting when I tell you my pick.
Moving right along, we have the Indianapolis Colts, surprising 0-3, taking on the Dolphins. They are 1-2. And in this game, the Dolphins, a slight advantage. The Dolphins are picked by 1.5. So, Irene, how do you see this?
Dolphins. I've always been a fan of absolutely the Dolphins in this place.
Alrighty, Andrew.
Colts are going to go. So this is going to be a low scoring game. Dolphins 10-7. Overtime.
Wow, overtime 10-7. Boy, that sounds like a real snoozer, don't you think? All right, David.
Yeah, this matchup here. Yeah, honestly, I am a bit surprised that the Colts are 0-3. I didn't expect them to be, blockbusterly good, but I certainly did not expect the Colts to start the season 0-3.
Right. I'm sure a lot of people didn't. I certainly didn't expect them to go 0-3.
Yeah. I don't know what is up with Carson Wentz, but he is. I honestly don't think Carson Wentz looks that great right now. Truth to be told, the Colts defense don't look that great either. But really, the Miami Dolphins don't look that great defensively either. Let's be honest here. Honestly, I am expecting this to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to take the Colts will finally get their first win of 2021, and I'm going to say 20-17 over Miami overtime.
Oh, we got another overtime score here. Okay, Adam.
I am shocked that the Colts are 0-3 as well because I thought they're going to be a powerhouse team. And we got the Dolphins at 1-2. I'm going to say the Dolphins. This is a game I'm not going to watch. of 10.
Okay, you're cutting out a little bit, Adam. Can you say that again?
17-10 Miami.
All right, and Flynn has just rejoined us. Flynn, we're talking about the Indianapolis Colts and Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are picked by 1.5.
Oh, was I ever so wrong on the Indianapolis Colts or what? The Colts are an absolute dumpster fire right now. They're 0-3. They lost handily to Tennessee on last Sunday, and I think that the Indianapolis Colts are broken. I'm pretty much going with Miami here. They got ran some good competition with the Raiders and the Bills the last couple of weeks. I'm gonna grab the Dolphins here. I'm gonna lay the 2 points. I'll take the Dolphins to win by a score of 23-16 over the Colts.
By the way, how's the weather in New York?
It's right now 65, mid 60s and over and mostly clear.
Oh, nice,
Yeah, I
nice.
just put my mask
Okay.
back on because I have to get on the bus.
Right. Hey, Flynn, we were also talking about Carolina at Dallas. Dallas picked by 5.
See, I think this is going to be one of the games to. To me, it's one of the games definitely to watch because I know Fox's number 2 broadcast team is going to call the game. Kevin Burkhardt, Greg Olson, and Pam Oliver are going to be calling that game. But the Cowboys look like a legit Super Bowl contender against the Eagles. That Dak Prescott with that offense and all those weapons, they play at a particularly high level, and their defense made a lot of big plays. Trevon Diggs is the only player in the league with interceptions in each of his first 3 games, and the Cowboys' defense is much more aggressive and they impact the game. So I'm going to take the Cowboys to win the game. I think they'll win by a touchdown here. Give me Dallas to win. The score I had before I left was 27-20, Dallas over Carolina.
27-20. Did we ever get your prediction for Detroit at Chicago?
Yes, I gave you that.
Okay, so, and it was right afterwards when we lost contact with you, but you're back now. And we can move on to this next game. The Cleveland Browns at 2-1, going up against the Minnesota Vikings, who are 1-2. And the Browns are picked by 1.5. Well, we got a few close ones here as far as the line is concerned. So, Irene, what do you say about this one?
I'm gonna have to take. This is a tough call for me because these 2 teams here, it gets difficult, but I want to say the Vikings. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to say the Vikings on this one because I've seen them play and they're okay.
All
And
right.
the Vikings on this one.
All righty, Andrew, what do you say about this one?
With this one, I think it was a big close one. Give me the Vikings 17-14 over the Browns.
Okay, David?
Well, this game is a quite interesting one as well. We're talking about the Browns and the Vikings, and Kirk Cousins. We can take a look at stats there from the last few games between Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins and all, the whole team here. Honestly, the Vikings defense looks better than the Browns defense, as well as the offense. So I am going to pick the Vikings to not only cover the the spread, whatever the spread number is. And not only that, but I will take the Vikings to win as well.
Alrighty then. Adam, what do you say?
I'm going to say Cleveland by a score of 28 to 21.
Alright, and Flynn.
Okay, let's add David Heller to the Baker Mayfield hater list. Let's add Irene to the Baker Mayfield hater list. Let's add Andrew Sinclair to the Baker Mayfield hater list. Let's see. Let's see the three of them ignore how elite Cleveland's defense is. They completely ignored the fact that they allowed only 47 yards of total offense on Sunday. Let's see. Let's ignore the fact that that's going to be the Kevin Stefanski revenge game. Let's see. They forget the better quarterback is playing for the Cleveland Browns. They forget the better They forget the better offensive line is playing for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, Browns going to win this game 28-16 over the Vikings.
All right.
Well,
and I am actually. Let me go ahead and make my pick there, David. I'm actually going with the Browns as well. I think they're just a little bit better on the field than Minnesota is. Minnesota can be surprising this time at times, but actually Cleveland is still, even though Cleveland has a 2-1 record, they're still pretty legit. I'm going with Cleveland by a score of 24-21. Now, what were you going to say, Dave?
yeah, let's also ignore the fact that Kirk Cousins' QBR also looked impressive. We can scroll back up and take a look at that. But his QBR was like at 128.4. That's basically through the first 3 weeks. That is really impressive. Only Matthew Stafford, has a better QBR than Kirk Cousins.
Okay, let's see who the Vikings have played so far. They've played the Seahawks defense that has a lot of issues. They've played an Arizona Cardinals defense that has a lot of issues. So you think of all those, and this is the Browns are a completely different level in terms of defense.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what you see on that one. Okay, next game. Next game is the New York Giants going into New Orleans to take on the Saints. And the Saints are actually favored by 8 points in this game. So, Irene, if you're still there, what do you think about this one? Giants 0-3, Saints 2-1. Saints pick by.
I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna take the Saints, please.
Okay, Andrew.
Yeah, with this one, Norris favored by 8 points here. Give me the spread here for this one here. I think the Lions will do all right here. Winston's doing pretty good here. I think the defense is they're starting a little bit here, but give me New Orleans by 28-14.
All right. So Andrew says that the New Orleans Saints will double up on the Giants. David, what do you say about this one?
Honestly, looking through the Giants roster, honestly, the Giants are just as bad as what the Jets are. Honest to goodness, here, New York football right now is probably the most garbage football I've seen ever. The Giants are just as bad as what the Jets are. Honest to goodness, here, New York football right now is probably the most garbage football I've seen ever. New York football right now is probably the most garbage football I've seen ever. New York football right now is probably the most garbage football I've seen ever. let's just be honest here. I'm going to say that 8-point spread is just way too low. I think the Saints will win convincingly, 30-3.
Wow. So David is picking a blowout victory for the Saints. Adam.
Next stop, Hillside Avenue and 175th Street.
Yeah, go ahead, Adam. You all right?
Can you guys hear me still?
We hear you now.
Okay.
This stop is Hillside
I'm gonna
Avenue
say
and 175th Street.
the Saints by the score of 33-3.
Wow, another blowout, 33-3. So, Flynn, what do you got? Yeah, we
Yeah,
got you.
you guys can still hear me, right? Yeah. So what I'm going to do to set up this game is I'm gonna read something in my because the co-host of my radio show back when I was in college sent me this text, and I'm not going to read you what I said in response after I read this. So so he says, I know your Giants 0-3, John, but in all honesty, they aren't a terrible team. If the O-line gains chemistry and confidence, they could be dangerous. The Giants and the Lions have played tough through their games. Indy is having a slow start for their O-line, but they are missing something when they look a step below the Giants. And this is how I responded to him, and this is how I respond to this game. No, not even close. Terrible play calling, lack of discipline, illegal procedure penalties, not converting in the red zone, and preparedness, lack of depth. The line is broken. The Lions playing Green Bay and Baltimore, contending teams, and the Giants played Washington and Atlanta, two bad teams. The Giants have the Saints, Cowboys, Rams, Panthers, Chiefs, and Raiders, and Bucs in the next 7 weeks. That's how I responded to him, and he has no idea how out of step the Giants are with reality. And this is really a legit possibility. The Giants are going to start the year 0-10. That after losing those games in that fashion, I'm floored by how the Giants have been 0-3. So give me the Saints. It's going to be their first game back in New Orleans after the effects of Hurricane Ida. It's going to be emotional. The Saints are going to want to win this game for the fans. I'll take the Saints to win this game 31-20 over the Giants.
Alrighty then. Well, I'm actually going to predict a blowout myself because I was watching ESPN yesterday morning, and they were talking about how both New York teams are just absolute trash. I mean, it's just pathetic here, and it's going to be pathetic for the Giants this Sunday because I'm predicting a blowout. The Saints are going to take down those Giants. I predict a score of 28-7. And speaking of New York football, our next game is the Tennessee Titans against the New York Jets. And Tennessee is picked by 7.5. So Irene, got Tennessee and the New York Jets. Who you got?
Anything but the Jets. I'm going to take the Titans.
All right, she's taking the Titans. Andrew.
Well, for this one, I agree with Irene, but I'm make this one with a lot to say here. I'm going to say the Titans, 21-0.
Ooh, Andrew predicting Titans in a blowout. David.
Yeah, if you thought the Giants looked atrocious with all the procedure issues and not converting the red zone, things that Glenn talked about, the Jets are even worse. They literally got shut out against the Denver Broncos. Literally. They did not put up a single point on the board. And if I'm correct, even the week before, I don't think the Jets even put up a single point as well in the matchup before Denver. So that if you think the Giants are bad, the Jets are even worse. The Jets are just even more atrocious than what the Giants are. That's how bad the Jets are. I'm gonna say Titans absolutely goes to Maryland and destroys the New York Jets, and I think the Jets get shut out again. I'm gonna say 35-0 Titans
This stop
in
is
a blowout.
Avenue and 182nd
Wow. All right, Adam.
The Jets are just that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Adam, you still there,
I'm
bro?
gonna say 33-3.
32-3
No,
going
33.
with Tennessee. Oh, 33-3 Tennessee. Okay. All right, Flynn.
Yeah, I think David hit a lot of points that was going to make regarding the Jets, and David alluded to the things I talked about with the Giants. The Jets don't even have any players that. Yet, yes, the mistake they make with the Jets is with drafting Zach Wilson is that they don't have an offense for him to work with. No offensive line with Becton still hurt. So the running backs, the receivers, and the tight ends are all below average, and the defense they don't have many. They don't have any big time players as well. So everything's a mess with the Jets. And I'll take the Titans. They destroy the Jets and they'll win this game 45-13.
All right. And once again, I will go with the consensus. I will go with the Tennessee Titans. I believe that Derrick Henry is just going to run a rough shot over that defensive line and that secondary. I got the Tennessee Titans winning this one by a score of 35-10. Now this is the last of the 1 o'clock Eastern games. Boy, there's a ton of them here. This one is the Kansas City Chiefs going into Philadelphia to take on the Eagles right here. And we got the Chiefs. The Chiefs are actually picked by 7. So, Irene, how do you call this one? This battle of teams?
I'm gonna have to
Both
go
1
with
and 2.
the Eagles have been atrocious lately. But like I said, I have respect for all teams. I don't really like to say anything is trash or anything's this way or that way or this way. At one point in my life, I actually liked the Eagles because my ex-boyfriend took me to an Eagles game and I really liked it. But it's just, they haven't been consistent lately, and and I saw how they played against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs on this one because they gotta amp it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you're going with the Chiefs?
Yes, please. That's what I meant. Yeah, the Chiefs, please.
Okay, going with the Chiefs. Andrew, what do you say?
That's
Avenue and
last one I
187th
make. I'll make the rest of the picks here. 17. Both teams are licking their wounds because of what happened past week. Of course, the Eagles got destroyed by the Cowboys yesterday, and the Chiefs got surprisingly lost to the Chargers here. I think
This stop
that
is
the
Hillside Avenue
Chiefs
and 189th
will
Street.
be able to lick their wounds a bit better here, and I think they're going to win this game. Give me the Chiefs here by 14. I'm gonna say 21-7. Kansas City.
Wow. Okay, David, what do you say on this one?
All right. After seeing how the Eagles performed on this one. Honestly, the Eagles looked atrocious. I touched on that earlier in my analysis on the Panthers and Cowboys. The Eagles right now looks atrocious. Jalen Hurts does not look like the Jalen Hurts that played in both with both Alabama and Oklahoma. And honestly, the Chiefs are in a division that looks like the best division probably I've seen in a long time. I think there's a chance in that division. I'll say this right now. I think there's a chance that somebody could go 10-6 or 11-5 or whatever it is nowadays with the 17-game regular season. But there's a chance that there's a team in the AFC West could win 10 to 12 games, maybe 13, and still end up missing the playoffs. That's how good the AFC West division is as a whole. Between the Raiders, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Chiefs. Having said that, I think Patrick Mahomes will come back strong. He'll have his typical Mahomes performance, as well as Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Travis Kelce will have his typical performance. I think the Chiefs will come back to their old selves, and I'm going to say the Chiefs will cover not only the point spread, the 7 points, but they will win as well.
So who you got taking this one? I didn't quite get you.
I'm taking the Chiefs to cover both the spread and to win as well.
Okay. Adam, what do you say?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game between those two teams. I'm gonna say Kansas City by a score of 27-20.
All right, Flynn.
Yeah, I think that because this was one of the tougher games of the week for me to pick. So but I do want to mention a couple of things here. So one with Jalen Hurts, that the Jalen Hurts threw two of the easiest interceptions I've ever seen in Monday night's game. The first one was the interception in the end zone in the first quarter, and then the pick six to Trevon Diggs to start the second half. Those are two. Those are two of the big mistakes that you don't normally expect when you have an offensive-oriented coach as the head coach, Nick Sirianni, and Sirianni can't coach his way out of a paper bag. This is all a terrible design. So, but Dave did mention Alabama and Oklahoma. And how about the story Nick Saban told on the Manning brothers broadcast in last night's game, that that Jalen Hurts lost the quarterback battle in 2017 to Tua. Tua comes in and comes back to win the national title, and then when Tua got hurt in the SEC championship game the following year, Jalen Hurts came in and bailed out Alabama. So the question was, where does he go? Who has the best offense that has a quarterback opening? And Nick Saban said on the broadcast, Oklahoma. So he goes to Oklahoma to puts himself in a place to have a second round draft pick, be a second round draft pick. The Eagles took advantage and they drafted him, and here we are. And I recommend, if the Manning brothers are doing a simulcast on ESPN2, definitely listen to that. I had a lot of fun watching that. The Manning brothers poke each other, bust their chops last night, and Eli Manning doing the Shakira hips don't lie. That was, I loved the podcast. It was entertaining. It was intriguing. And Peyton Manning.
It was disturbing.
And Peyton Manning was like all of us. So when talking about this was after the pick six, Peyton Manning was like, huh, why would you do that? But in retrospect, I did going to this game. I'm gonna take the Chiefs to win because I can't pick against Mahomes and the Chiefs. But I do think this is going to be it's going to be a close game because Philly somehow makes things interesting and makes it close. So I'll take the Chiefs to win 31-28. So I'm going to take the points of Philadelphia. I'll take the Chiefs to win the game outright.
Okay, and
Hey
I will.
Tim,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my picks tomorrow, and I will tell you my the game of the I'm really forward to tomorrow. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's good. That's good, bro.
All right, man. Touch you guys tomorrow.
All right, I'll take care now. And I'm gonna make my pick on this one. This was kind of a difficult game for me to come up with, but it's almost like these teams are almost evenly matched, except with Patrick Mahomes is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. I'm also predicting a close game here. I got Kansas City taking care of the Eagles 24-21. And now the next game, as you see, is an NFC West matchup of undefeated teams, the Arizona Cardinals against the Los Angeles Rams. And according to the line here, the Rams are picked by 6. Irene, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to go with the Rams, please.
Okay, she's going with the Rams. Andrew. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Andrew's not here. He had to go to bed early. So David, who you got?
Yeah. Honestly, if there's one potential team who could represent the NFC for Super Bowl 56, it's the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford looks like a beast right now with the level of football that he's playing right now and the offense he's got and the chemistry that he's developed with Sean McVay. That is a combination that I don't think anyone can stop right now in the NFL. And I don't think they'll stop for a long time. That's how good this Stafford McVay combo is. So, but honestly, Arizona looks good as well. Kyler Murray looks good too. I think the Cardinals will keep this game close. So I'm gonna take the points for the Cardinals. On the point spread, I'll take the Cardinals, but I think the Rams will win the game outright.
All right, Flynn.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because what I believe there are 5 teams that are currently unbeaten at this point of the season, and 4 of the 5 are gonna be playing at SoFi Stadium over the weekend. You have the Cardinals and the Rams, and then you have the Raiders and the Chargers on Monday night. But I think in terms of this game, I just think the Rams' schedule has been a little tougher than Arizona's because the Cardinals barely beat Minnesota, and then they beat Jacksonville, but they made a lot of mistakes in that game. I just think the Rams with McVay, with Stafford, that's a beautiful combination to look at. But I'm going to pick the Rams. They win this game by a touchdown. They'll win 31-24 over the Cardinals.
And I too will go with the Rams. Rams are looking like a pretty legitimate contender for the NFC Championship. I mean, I think it was last week, a potential NFC Championship game would be the Rams and the Buccaneers. So, but I don't think Arizona's going to let them run away with. They're going to keep it close, but I'm going to go the Rams by a touchdown. I say my final score is 28-21. I'm going to give it to the Rams. Now we go to the other 2 teams that They're in the NFC West. Got the Seattle Seahawks going to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. 49ers are only picked by 3, so Irene, who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with San Francisco, I think, on this one.
Going with the Niners at home. David.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, looking at this one, this looks pretty tough. Honestly, both Seahawks and Niners, they look pretty equal. You're talking about Jimmy G going against Russell Wilson here at Levi's. And honestly, with the way both teams are playing, even though the Seahawks lost handily to Minnesota, I still trust Russell Wilson 100%. Niners looked great. They nearly won and beat Aaron Rodgers. So I think
Take a look at this. Wait, hold on, David. Look at this.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Very, very good points there. I will give Seattle the points, but I'm gonna take San Francisco to win outright.
Okay, Flynn, how you call this one?
Yeah, Seattle has a lot of issues in terms of their defense. They have a lot of issues with their offensive line. I think both of these teams have. Both these teams are coming off their first loss of the season. But I thought the 49ers played really, really well on Sunday night in spite of the loss to Aaron Rodgers from the Packers. It only takes a quarterback. The defeat the Packers pulled off on Sunday night is something only Aaron Rodgers can do, among others. So I'm gonna, but I think the 49ers are gonna bounce back. I think they have the better coach and the better defense and the better offensive line, the better rushing attack. I'll lay the 3 points here. The Niners. I'll pick them to win by a touchdown.
All right. I am going to give this a very, very close matchup here between these two teams. I'm take a look at this, and I say 49ers might take this one at home. I say the 49ers will win by a score of 21 to 17. They're going to keep it close, but San Francisco takes this one. Now, let's go to the Baltimore Ravens at the Denver Broncos. Game at Mile High, and the Broncos. The Broncos are picked by 1.5. So, Irene, who do you got in this one?
I'm just gonna give it to the Broncos on this one.
Irene picking the Broncos. David.
Oh, looking at both teams here, the Broncos. Honestly, if I also had to pick another surprise team besides Carolina, Denver is really my surprise team as well. In fact, I'll say this: the AFC West has two of my surprise teams right now, and Denver's one of them. I'm especially surprised at the performance of Teddy Bridgewater as well, especially after what he went through last season. Teddy looks great, honestly. The Broncos defense looks great as well with Von Miller leading the way. But also keep in mind, Lamar Jackson, Lamar's very dangerous, So I think it'll be interesting to see how the Broncos defense can stop Lamar Jackson. I think it'll be a close one. I'm going to say this will go to overtime as well. I'm going to say give Denver the points, but Baltimore wins.
Woo! Baltimore wins by 1.
Yep.
How do you respond to that,
Wow,
Flynn?
Captain Cop out here.
Oh.
Well, I was originally gonna pick the Ravens, but let me show you what changed my mind. Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
And
Like,
and
when it comes to those type of games, it's always like a toss up for me. Because I'm not,
Yeah.
Andrew's more familiar with them than I am, but you could see by looking at this.
yeah. Yep. I also think, by the way, I forgot to mention too. I also think this will be an overtime game too.
Oh my gosh. All these overtime games again. Wow, what's up with this? I'm going to. Oh, Flynn, we need your opinion on this one.
Yeah, definitely we need Flynn's.
So yeah, this game is the toughest game of the week for me to pick because on one side Baltimore has not come up with hasn't won a game by more than 2 points yet. But then this is what we're forgetting about the Broncos. The combined record of the 3 teams the Jaguars have played so far is 0-9. The 3 teams they've beaten so far are the Giants, the Jaguars, and the Jets. Those are 3 of the 5 worst teams in the NFL. The Baltimore is a completely different animal everywhere. So this is the best coach, best quarterback, best offensive line, best defense, best rushing attack. Best everything that Denver has seen all year. It was nice that Denver started 3-0, but I think they're due for a letdown. I'm going to take the Ravens to win on the road. They'll win this game by a field goal. And my predicted score for that game is 27-24.
Well, Flynn, I had that exact same score, but a different result. I'm actually picking the Broncos to take this one over the Ravens. Broncos are probably one of the most, like Dave said, one of the most surprising teams in this league. I wouldn't be surprised if they can find just one little weakness in Lamar Jackson and that offense. So I'm going to take the Broncos 27-24. Now we got an interesting matchup.
But I'll say this: Flynn does definitely have a point about the Broncos. Their opponents that Denver has faced are the worst teams in the NFL right now. So Baltimore is the best opponent that Denver has seen.
And that will be a challenge for that one right here. That'll be an interesting one to take a look at. Right now, let's take a look at the 1-2 Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Green Bay to take on the 2-1 Packers. Let me check the line again. The Packers are picked by 6.5. So Irene, what do you got for Steelers Packers?
I'm gonna take the Steelers.
Oh, really? David, what do you say about this one?
Oh my goodness! Honestly, looking at this, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers ended the season 9-8 or 8-9. I think the Steelers need to start thinking about replacing Ben Roethlisberger. Let's be honest here. I don't think the Steelers look that great right now. So
yes,
I'm going
to plan ahead.
The Packers.
I'll switch to the Packers. It's just when it comes to these type of matchups, I'm not a fan of them. But it's I don't really watch these 2 teams, but I'm just I'll just go with the Packers on this one then.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Packers 30-20.
Okay. And Flynn, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Packers too. Another spoiler alert. I'm going to go off on the Steelers. The Steelers are a mess. They're broken. Ben Roethlisberger is shot. Everything about the everything about the Steelers, it's in shambles. Juju Smith-Schuster is still doing those good old TikToks, and everything about the culture seems broken in Pittsburgh. I'll take the team with the better coach and the better quarterback uh, and the better defense. I'll take the Packers. They'll win this game, but by a score of I'm gonna say 27-17.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and take the Packers right now because I think the Steelers are slowly going down a downward spiral. And as I said at the beginning of this year, this will probably be the final year for Ben Roethlisberger, if not in the NFL, definitely in Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Green Bay, take that madman, 35-27. Give me the Packers on this one. And now the game of the week, the game that Irene, I'm sure, is going to have a lot to say on this one. We
Let
have
me read. This quote here says it all. Okay. Oh boy, the showdown everyone's been waiting for since Brady left Foxborough. You could bet the Bucks will be up for this game, and given the immense advantage they have at the most important position on the field, look for Tampa Bay to make a massive statement to Bill Belichick in New England on the TB12's successor. Mac Jones gets a reality check, and then you have here's another one. Fans are going to spend more than $2,000 per ticket just to watch Brady return to Gillette Stadium with binoculars. There aren't many games better than this one in 2021, making this an easy pick for primetime television. Belichick will throw in some new wrinkles at his former quarterback, but the Bucks have way too much talent for this game to be close. This is a game you should bet on. This is easy money in the pocket right here. Take the Buccaneers. Even though I'm a Patriots fan, I'm betting on the Buccaneers. If you want to make a quick buck, bet on this one immediately. Don't even wait. Bet right now on it. Absolutely.
As I was going to say, the Buccaneers are actually picked by 6.5 in this game. So we already heard from Irene, so let's go to David.
Yeah, honestly, this is definitely. I think this is potentially not only the game of the week, but maybe the game of the year so far between Tampa Bay and New England. I'm going to say, yeah, I think Belichick will throw some wrinkles at Tom Brady, but for goodness sake, dude, we're talking about Tom Brady here. I think Tom Brady will bounce back from the performance from last week in LA, and I'm going to take the Bucks to not only cover the 6 points, but to win as well over Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
Okay, Flynn, what you got on this one?
I could not have disagreed more with Irene and David about about the hype of this game because I say that yeah, and Irene and David made points about this game, but I don't think it's anywhere close to going to be the game of the year in terms of the play on the field. Now the cheapest tickets for the game I saw last were $340. So, but I just think Brady off a loss, and the next game in New England, this is the Tom Brady revenge game, and when you say Tom Brady and revenge, that means Brady's gonna come out and he's gonna look at this game as a game of business. I say the Buccaneers will win this game 20. I think they'll win this game 27-16 over the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't think this is the end all be all, Flynn, in terms of this being the game of the year. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another game.
Well, for me
that
it is.
up
For me it
somewhere
is.
down the line later on in the year that will definitely take the cake over this one in terms of being the game of the year. But it's just been the year so far to this point.
And every year we call that ultimate game of the year. We call that the Super Bowl. In case you're wondering, David, we call that the Super
The
Bowl.
Super Bowl is the best. But
Yeah.
hey, spoiler alert! I've always had a crush on Tom Brady since a kid. So there you go.
Yeah.
And once again, Irene Namer, with her love affair with Tom Brady, just as much
I've
as
met
Stephen.
him. I love him.
Just as much as Stephen A. Smith hates the fan base of the Dallas Cowboys.
So I don't think Stephen A is going to be smiling a lot this year. I'll tell you that right now.
He's going to be eating his words here. Anyway, let me make my pick for this game here. I agree with Flynn with the fact that this game is going to be nothing but it's nothing. It's not hype. It's just hype. It's nothing at all. But I do believe that Tom Brady, he is the GOAT. I mean, he is Thomas Edward Patrick friggin' Brady Jr. And he is going to make his former team pay. He is going to lead the Buccaneers into Gillette Stadium and leave with a nice victory, 30-17. Now for a very intriguing matchup, Monday Night Football. Very intriguing matchup. We have the undefeated Las Vegas Raiders
The Raiders
going into SoFi Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers. And the Chargers are picked by 3.5. So Irene, what do you call for this Monday nighter?
Oh my god. This type of matchup here, it gets confusing, but my friend Alex Putnam, he went to Miami versus Raiders. He liked the game even though Miami lost. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. This type of game's really, really hard for me to decide. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark, and I'm going to have to go with the Chargers.
Okay, David.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw some stats at not only you guys and Irene, but also for the viewers who are watching it. This is the first time in nearly 2 decades that the Raiders are 3-0. The last time the Raiders were 3-0, they were 3-0 on several occasions. And what's ironic is they were 3-0 in 3 different cities. The last time they were 3-0 was, of course, in 2002. That was when they were in Oakland. Prior to that, the only other time they were 3-0 was 1990. That was when they were in Los Angeles. And also, another statistic I'll throw out as well, also the last time the Raiders were 3-0 was not only 2002 when they were in Oakland, but that was also the last time the Raiders went to the Super Bowl, which ironically enough, they took on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with John Gruden as the head coach. And we all know what
revenge game. The John Gruden revenge game.
Yep, exactly. So,
all that.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the Raiders have been playing really close games. All 3 of them, 2 out of 3 wins as well, keep this in mind, have been overtime as well. I think at some point it's definitely going to catch up to the Raiders later on. But I think the Raiders will probably play a complete game, and they will go on and be better than what the odds are giving him against the Chargers. I'm going to say the Raiders 28-10 over the LA Chargers.
Wow, interesting. Just going with the Raiders on that one. Flynn.
Upset special. I'm gonna take the Raiders to win this game. I could because which kind of moron would give out the MVP award after 3 games. After 3 weeks in the regular season. In a related story, I'll do just that. I think Derek Carr has made the best case of any player in the National Football League at being the MVP. Derek Carr, in each of the last 3 weeks, he has found ways to win games. So when the other team shows up and plays well, Miami played a really good game on Sunday, and I thought Jacoby Brissett was excellent against that defense. So, but it doesn't matter. Derek Carr has that those connections to Darren Waller, that connection to Henry Ruggs, and for that touchdown against Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. And how about him willpowering his team to victory? No other player has done that in 3 weeks. Had to willpower the team to victory than Derek Carr. And Derek Carr, I think is he the I think he is the league leader in passing yards after the first 3 weeks. Am I correct on that, guys?
Uh, I'm not sure.
I
I'm gonna have to.
I think so, and that's a testament to what John Gruden has done and and what Mike Mayock has put together. I think the Raiders go into LA, beat a well coached team, Justin Herbert and the Chargers. And the final score I have for this game is going to be 30-27 Raiders over the Chargers.
All right. Well, I'm predicting a very close game between these two teams. I'm actually going to pick the Chargers to beat the Raiders on this one, even though I don't think the Raiders are going to let them just totally get away with this game. It's going to be a close game. 3-point difference. It's going to be a difference by field goal. I say it'll be Chargers 31, Raiders 28. But I got to keep my eyes on those Raiders because they are probably, out of all the surprising undefeated teams, they're probably the biggest surprise of all. So I'm going with the Chargers, but we'll just see. We'll just see how that goes. And with that, I think Flynn have to
Yeah.
go now. Okay, well, Flynn, thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll be sure to listen to you on Hooked on Sports.
Mm-hmm. That's me. Take care.
That's right. Take care, Flynn. And I'm getting pretty tired myself. I've had long days coming back from the Dallas Fort Worth area after last night's Cowboys victory. I'm getting pretty tired. It's 11. It's 12 after 14 on the East Coast, so I guess everybody's pretty much in bed. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and call it a night here. Hey, Dave. Thanks for joining me, buddy.
Thank you. That was yeah, that was a good game between the Cowboys and the Eagles, but looking at that game, Eagles look garbage. They look garbage. Jalen Hurts did not look like what he was like in Norman or in Tuscaloosa either.
Right. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have you again on the show, and of course, thanks to my technical director.
Definitely. We love having him here. He's awesome.
Yeah, and of course, Irene, my technical director. Thanks so much again.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we say thanks to Adam Godwin and Andrew St. Clair. They had to turn in early, but
I
we
just
always.
I have one thing for uh okay, the last thing I want to mention is for any maiden players for 22, there's ways you could get coins pretty fast. You could earn your MUT coins. Um, this is a cool site you could use. that could help you boost up your MUT coins. So you could do. I've been doing. Okay, so let me explain where I am at Madden 22. Is I've been doing my ultimate team with the challenges. So far I'm like at a level 7 or a level 8. I'm hopefully by the time this season's over I'll be a level 50. That's the highest level. But definitely if you want to grind your MUT coins, you should definitely do the challenges in the ultimate team to build them up.
Okay. I used to play Madden a long time ago, but I guess it got a little bit more complicated year after year. So I guess
I play
just
it
kind
every year.
I just kind of fell out of the Madden thing. So well, anyway,
Yeah. Oh,
why don't we
and
just
by the way, I forgot to mention when I was making a reference to Jalen Hurts, I'm also rocking my Oklahoma Sooners shirt.
Oh,
Looks
there's your
amazing.
looks nice, looks nice.
Yep. Looking
Well,
forward to
anyway,
the Red River Shootout, and this, I believe, the Red River Shootout. I'll say this: the Red River Shootout is going to be an interesting one, knowing the fact that Texas and Oklahoma are going to be heading to the SEC within the next couple of years. It's going to be very interesting how the media covers this. The last few years of OU and UT being in the Big 12.
it's gonna be very interesting to see how they can even contend against those juggernauts over there in the ACC. It's gonna be almost impossible. But anyway, let's go ahead and put a cap on this one. David, once again, thank you. Irene, once again, thank you. And thanks to all of you for watching us here on Fantasy Football Fever. If I sound tired, it's because I am. So hopefully I'll be better rested for next week's show. So y'all be sure and check us back next week, same time, same channel. So for everybody who's been a part of this one, Irene, David, Andrew, John, and Adam, I'm Tim McClellan. Thanks for watching us. God bless you all. And as always, be a good sport. See ya.
Yeah.
Stand by all cameras.
Ready with slow motion and isolated
Stand
cameras.
by all cameras. Stand by videotape and rotate.
And tape is rolling in less than 5, in 3, 2, 1.
Take tape.
All right.